All right. Hello. Good morning, good evening, and good night. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. And I mean that because we might be in for a little bit of a rough ride. I'm so excited to talk to you guys. It's been a while. The Yieldmax man has barely made any videos on Yieldmax ETFs. As I zoom in here, we're up to 8,515 subscribers. We're losing subscribers currently. I've been changing it up, guys. I've been changing it up because I haven't talked about YMAX, haven't talked about Palantir, PLTY, anything like that, MSTY, MSTR in a long time. But today I'm changing that. And why? Because today, Yieldmax ETFs and a lot of stocks, a lot of individual stocks are down across the board. YMAX down 2.2%. We have stocks like Palantir down 3.4%, MSTR down 7%, and the list goes on. And so what I want to talk today, I'm not here to just disclose any news. I'm here to give you guys my opinion on what I think of what's going on and what I think is the bigger picture and give you guys an idea of my thoughts on that. As well, I'm going to talk to you guys about why I don't talk too much about Yieldmax ETFs at the current moment. And then we can also look into my portfolio. If you're down today big, I'm down $3,000 once again. Portfolio tanked from about 89, maybe 90,000, whatever it is. It doesn't matter because you know what? All I'm concerned about is I'm buying great businesses. I'm buying them at great prices and I'm thinking for the future. You don't make money when you buy. You don't make money when you sell. You should make money when you wait, when you hold. If you're a long-term investor, if you're a trader, maybe a little different. So today, what do I want to talk about then? Well, first of all, I want to talk about Yieldmax. Look at this. They have a beautiful website. This is how long it's been. I haven't seen their website, anything like that. They got all the ETFs nicely listed out, which is very beautiful to see. But what's not beautiful to see is our portfolio. And why have I not talked about Yieldmax in a long time? Well, it's due to the fact that I'm not really buying any more Yieldmax. And the reason being is because although this was known, although I preached this as well, is the total return for Yieldmax is not amazing. What is amazing is the dividends, the dividend yield, and the dividend income produced, such as from MSTY, which is 90%. That's fantastic. I set goals year by year. The previous year was to get enough income that maybe it matches or is somewhat close to my job in terms of monthly income, which I was able to somewhat achieve. I achieved a certain marker, which I was happy with. Probably about $2,000 every single month coming in. And that's due to Yieldmax ETFs. But one thing that is with Yieldmax, which is apparent in pretty much every single Yieldmax ETF, is the history of those dividends. As you can see, one example, MSTR, one of the best performing Yieldmax ETFs. And I think even to this date, we're up about 64% overall if you were to buy at the beginning, which is awesome for a 2-year return. But if you look at the dividends, started at $4. You could see huge dividends, $4, $2, $4. Where have we trended? We've trended down to the dollar dividends, and now we're at a 20-cent dividend for MSTY. That is pathetic, to say the least. Of course, that comes off the backbone that MSTR has been performing pretty poorly over the past little while, probably down about 30 to 40%, and MSTY also down about 50% in that time frame. What's the overall here? Why am I talking and bashing Yieldmax ETFs at the moment? Okay, they're fantastic for income. For total return, they're not that great, but they have served their purpose for me. And honestly, I live and I learn through each experience. And currently, I get cash in my account every single week from Yieldmax, and I have not sold anything. If I sold anything, I would let you guys know. That's an honorable investor right there. I have not sold anything in terms of Yieldmax ETFs. I've only held my shares, and it's because I'm continuing to receive monthly income, which I'm now purchasing new companies such as health and tech, such as WYY, such as Udemy, United Health. SCHD is a new position, which I'm now unloading. And the reason being is because when dividends fall over time, you simply have to continue to reinvest your money into, for example, MSTY in order to produce the same level of income. Only when MSTY is rising and really growing are you going to see consistent monthly income or potentially growing income. But stocks don't move like that, especially individual stocks. They have high highs and they fall hard. And Yieldmax ETFs, as mentioned, they take all the downside and are limited to the upside. That in return limits a lot of your total return. They're great for income. Total return, definitely a hit. So what do I see here in the overall picture? I just want to fill you guys in. Well, we have Yieldmax down 2.2%. And what do I see? We're currently at the top of the market. Let's just take this in for a second, guys. When everything is going smooth and no one is thinking of a recession, that's generally when recessions hit the hardest. I have been piling cash in my bank account for the past month, and I haven't really been buying too much. And the reason being is because, first of all, I need 10% of my total account balance in cash, which fortunately I'm pretty sure I have. But why not have a little bit more? Why not continue to pile? When no one's thinking of a recession's going to hit the hardest. And currently, I absolutely agree that we are in some sort of an AI bubble. Palantir, a $400 billion company, to put this in perspective, $175 share price. The reason I mention this is because per share, they're only making 31 cents. People are buying AI stocks due to their future potential. And I understand I'm currently building some sort of an AI business, which is totally on the low, but they're buying on future potential. And I think Palantir is overpriced. Flame me in the comments if you think I'm wrong. I'm going to continue. MSTR, Bitcoin. Bitcoin has fallen pretty hard recently, but it's really not fallen all that much. It's fallen from, I'm looking at Canadian dollars, 172,000 to 50,000. That's maybe about a 10% fall. That has not, maybe a little bit more than 10%, 10 to 15. But that's not that hard of a fall when you consider Bitcoin has in some days gone down 50% overnight. So MSTR in a volatile position right now. So is MSTY because it tracks MSTR. I hold both. MSTR is maybe the only ones where I would potentially look to buy a little more, but I'd have to see it fall quite a bit. And for that, I need to make sure Bitcoin has reached lows. I will not buy when Bitcoin is high or at volatile times. The stock's going to move ridiculous. The next company, which I want to talk about, AMD. AMD, another $400 billion company, share price of $230, only turning over $1.67 per share. Pretty high share price. I think a lot of things, in my opinion, when it comes to AI are definitely being overvalued at the moment. And I'm not perfect. I buy stocks that are probably overvalued at the same time. But, you know, to a certain degree, I think things are pretty crazy. And for a little example, C3 AI is not turning over a profit at all. If anything, it's, in terms of a net income scale, becoming more and more negative as the quarters go on. So it's something, if you guys own companies, it's very important to do your research and due diligence. Of course, I bought MSTY, so I kind of understand what MSTR does. I do understand. And it's important to understand what you're buying. Same with Yieldmax. You're buying a basket of underlying ETFs, which track individual stocks, all Yieldmax, but it's very volatile, even compared to the market. It tracks somewhat close to the S&P 500, but yet again, some of the stocks within it, like C3AI, NVIDIA, and other ones, MSTR, Palantir, can be very volatile, maybe even more than the S&P 500. But what I would say is build your cash, because right now you never know what's going to happen. I can't predict a recession. No one can, in my opinion. So the best thing you could do is have cash in your bank account and look and be prepared for opportunities. And maybe they're outside MSTR and Yieldmax and all the Yieldmax ETFs. Stay tuned to our other videos because I'll keep you guys posted with any opportunities that I see. Thank you again for joining me. I wore a nice shirt today so I can be with you. And have a great day, and please do take care. We'll see you in the next video.